Marine reacts to Navy basic training. Got my dip in. Let's go ahead and get started.
Get up! Hey, is that how you answer questions? So you guys class discipline today.
Not bad, not bad. I thought it was going to be a little more played down for the camera.
It's very demanding.
We train more than 35,000 recruits a year.
You work an 18-hour day, and then you're back in the next day, 0400.
You're not looking, man. Look!
We put stress on them here, yelling at them here 24/7. They'll understand that when they get to the fleet and something goes bad, they'll be able to...
I love that too. There could be a random DI. I mean, I don't know if she was. I don't know what they call them in the Navy. We call them DIs in the Marine Corps. There could be a random one, and he'll just start yelling at you because he knows you're a recruit.
handle all that pressure and all that stress.
Now!
First cup of the day. Yep, it's time.
I tell my recruits, you don't quit on us, we won't quit on you. You got to come in and give us 100% every day.
Get louder!
As far as I know, the Marine Corps is the only one that has the actual boot camp attached to it. I'm pretty sure every other branch calls it basic training, from what I remember. So I could be wrong. She looks so happy. Dude, DI Live.
I am a recruit division commander.
Damn, dude, I can't even understand what they were going through because we had drill instructors almost falling asleep while they were standing. They're like literally that tired, and the amount of time they actually put in to do a good job in training the recruits.
This idea that just one day we woke up and we became RDCs, as if we never had to go through a process, as if we never went.
Okay, so they call them RDCs.
To get to where we're at.
15 minutes early, I saw that.
The weather up here is technically cold all year round, so if it says it's going to be partly clouds today, out of nowhere it just starts snowing.
I really like how they're showing the background of these people to just show you like kind of like what they're going through.
Commander here at recruit training. I went through boot camp February 23rd, 2011.
Oh, so they do call it boot camp then.
In March, I wanted the RDC.
I've never met one person that wanted to be an RDC or a drill instructor, except for one person only. Reporting post.
Security watch standing by further instruction petty officer. Who's the chief of naval operations? Petty officer, chief of naval operations, Admiral Richardson, petty officer.
Waking up early in the morning, the first thing
I hated getting asked questions on the spot. That shit would always make me freeze up.
all entries before I walked in the compartment.
You, get over here.
He looks fucking terrified.
Talking to you, Starwatch. Read this. Read it. Let's try it again. Good afternoon, Petty Officer, Senior Recruit Thomas, Division 231, Security Watch.
First of all, what kind of salute is that? I don't know if they salute different, but we would always, you know, I don't know.
Waiting further instructions, Petty Officer, sir. Look, is anything here say waiting further instructions? No, Petty Officer. You're not looking, man. Look. I am Petty Officer. Try it. Read it and look. I am Petty Officer. Good afternoon, Petty Officer, Senior Recruit Thomas, Division.
He's still not looking.
Security Watch. Stand by for further instructions, Petty Officer. Who is the Chief of Naval Operations?
Land Division 936, reporting. Standing
Is that
by.
what it says, recruit? Put your hand back up.
Aye, Chief.
Read it.
Probing. Security Watch standing by for further instruction, Chief.
Start over from the top, recruit.
Steam them to a cold. Staying energetic throughout the whole
Hey,
day.
fancy water bottles.
Mind power.
Assigned to each division, there are 3 RDCs. Typically, one is going to be a chief or a lead, which could be also a first-class petty officer. And then you will have 2 partners, which would be a second class or another first class.
So in the morning, we would all be in our skivvy shorts and the skivvy shirt. We wouldn't already be like half dressed in camera. We would all have to look the same, except for the guys who were obviously on Firewatch. For the record, our DIs ran off of aggression and energy drinks.
To help you get through the day. 14 to 16 hours a day the first couple of weeks, just trying to get the recruits in that mindset that they're at boot camp and training them everything that they need to be trained on to make them successful while they're here at boot camp.
All right, so did you guys look at your racks? Yes, Chief. They're all jacked up, right? Yes, Chief. Why?
That is not jacked up. They're lucky that the racks has these little. It looks like they had like little metal poles on it, so it doesn't flip over, so you can push it underneath it. I'm assuming. Dude, the way it would fucking look in a marine fucking squad bay, everything. I'm talking racks, literally pulled across the room, and all that shit. Literally foot lockers everywhere. Any little thing you had there, all mixed and matched. This is not. This is actually pretty. Not even that bad at all, really.
That. You set up right, Chief. Not set up right. Nobody wants to own up to anything they do, right? When was the last time you did an ITE session? Come to the ready. Always ready.
Some of the problems we have at first when we're training, I would say, is just they don't listen. They don't pay attention to the amount of detail that you want them to pay attention to.
We call those bangs and thrusts.
Big here, because when they get to the fleet, depending on what their job is or what they're going to do for the Navy, if we don't teach that here, they have the potential to injure each other or themselves or somebody else, or even get somebody else killed.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely see it. You can definitely see in the recruits, especially in the Marine Corps, that depending on your MOS or what you're going to go into is really going to show how people are going to respond in boot camp.
Can't pay attention to detail. Everything has a place and a way of folding it. So now we're going to go through step by step, fold everything in the locker compartment again, get the locker compartment set up.
And that you can kind of help them. If you remember your boot camp experience, you can remember what you didn't like about it, and maybe take that and teach them things you wish that you had done.
That's a big thing too. The guys who are really teaching the ranges, they're usually very calm, more chill, because they want to make sure that you're going to do a good job, and they also want to make sure you don't accidentally like discharge the weapon.
If you feel like they're yelling at you, they're just doing it because you have double earbud on, you know? They gotta yell so you can hear them, okay? Don't let that get you in.
That's true. They usually try to keep it very nice and relaxed, because they want you to shoot well. If you don't, it looks really bad on the DIs, so,
They do wrong.
or the RDCs in this case.
But yeah, I would say the majority of them fail the first time. And then they come back through, we'll shoot them the second time. And a lot of them do pretty well.
As far as I know, we didn't have anybody fail at all, from what I remember.
Hey Douglas, sit in the back.
I think our lowest shooter was a sharpshooter.
Tell me in your words what happened.
Apparently made a
Apparently, I don't know.
within my last video.
You loaded during dry fire. That's what you did, correct? Because that's what's
Oh shit.
And then they did let you shoot, so my line coach was being extra nice to you, trying to give you a second chance. And
Typically you do that, dude. Even if you're in the fleet, dude, you're gonna get fucked.
we get plenty of recruits come here who didn't shoot a gun, who can follow instructions. That's your biggest problem. You can't follow instructions. And you need to figure that out before you come back onto this range. You understand that? Alright. Take that holster and belt off, redo all buckles, get back in the classroom. Get out.
The way I deal with it, and I think that works, is you just got to remind them that this is boot camp. They're nervous here.
He's not even being like an ass about it. He's just. It seems like he's genuinely concerned about this guy just getting it right.
It's not an
Because he wants to know. There was a reason why he did it, and it's probably just because he was nervous and he couldn't follow instructions. You know, I mean, it's gonna happen.
Full day is I'll come in, and then 0800 is the first evolution, which is AMRSI, remediation swimming. Remember the goal that
I don't remember anyone in the Marine Corps really getting some remedial classes like this, how to swim. It was kind of like, hey, jump in. We're going to jump in the shallow. So you get comfortable to the water, but that's pretty much it. And we're swimming in the shallow too, except for one where you have to tread water and you got to actually jump off the ledge.
Usually we'll get about probably like 15 of those that will say that they can't swim. So then they'll get like kind of swim lessons there. So roughly about each division, you'll have from like.
No offense too. I mean, a lot of these recruits seem a little overweight, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing. But a lot of that gets like look at this. There's a lot of gut. But I mean, a lot of that gets shredded off in the actual when you finished.
Just passed it just in time. Next week, next Friday, is when her division would have left her and she would have got left behind.
That's a horrible feeling too, getting recycled. You got a lot of people that don't tell the DIs or RDCs their injuries or if they're sick or not because they just want to get rolled back. You go get put in a platoon that have people you don't even know. You gotta make friends again, and you're later on in the cycle, and then it just ends up being like the new kid at school again.
I feel confident in my teaching that I'm helping in case something ever did.
I like this guy. Our fucking swim instructor was an asshole. He just yelled the whole time.
It's up to you guys if you guys are gonna pass this.
Some of the misconceptions that recruits have about RDCs is that they're here just to be mean to them, and that's not really the case at all. We're here.
Some DIs are, depending on how they react to you. If they don't like you, they're gonna make you PT a lot.
Who thinks they did bad? Yeah.
These recruits get in their own heads and they say, "Oh, I just want to quit. I don't."
We ran on a dirt track. That wasn't even a track.
Sometimes you just gotta yell to get them motivated, and then at the end, sit them down.
Didn't matter if it was hot as fuck outside. We'd be outside.
Why you're out there motivating them to.
I found a recruit here. She has a headband around her arm. This is in accordance with regulations, especially after this recruit just took test 1. So I'm about to give her some IT motivational tool so she knows not to do this again. You know what? You know why? I'm about to give you some motivation.
I'm about to give you some motivation.
After you just took test 1 twice, you were a failure. We went over this. You do not wear it unless it is a wet. Religious wet. So you knew this was wrong. Now, get your body alignment straight.
Jeez.
That's your last one. You touch the deck again, you will feel IT. I will document your heart card. You understand that? Go down!
Quality assurance. Basically, everybody calls us the police. They try to avoid us the best they can. They don't normally like to see us walk in when we have the briefcase.
Hey, what are you doing? Why are you running in a road? Why are you not on a sidewalk? Yeah, you who's staring at me. In the parking lot. What are you doing? Why are you in the middle of the street?
Don't step on that grass.
Over here, now. When there's a sidewalk right in front of you. Does that make any sense?
No, petty officer.
We
The other guy said, "Fuck it, I'm out of here."
but we're also keeping an eye on the RDCs that they're training how they're supposed to.
I'm assuming this is like final drill.
You have 2 minutes to hydrate. Go! Go! I better not see nobody walking. You will hydrate! You will hydrate! You will hydrate!
And look at that stack.
You absolutely lack discipline! And this is why you failed!
They failed?
Down! Up! Down! Up! Down! Up! Down! Up!
Typically, we wouldn't do it in this type of gaggle fuck the guy right here. We would do it like online.
Making mistakes where you're not supposed to make mistakes is how people get killed.
My naval career, and I wanted to give that back.
Oh, they could do their shit.
But knowing that you are here for 3 years and doing what you're doing, you come here, you open up that door, your watch standard sounds off so loud and so proud, and they're calling you petty officer, they're calling you chief, and then you realize that you have a red rope on your shoulder and you are doing something that a lot of people will never want to do or even think about doing. And I was one of them where I was like, absolutely not. I graduated boot camp and that was it. I'm not coming back. And to think about it now,
Actually had a buddy who
it's mind-blowing to think of all
just
the
recently turned down orders
things that I'm putting into
to go be a
these
DI,
recruits that are gonna be
and he's ended up getting forced out of the Marine Corps now. Should be out in about a week or two.
Walking across, you're about to become Navy sailors.
Fantastic leaders here that just help to make you better. And when you're surrounded by that excellence, you become part of that excellence as well.
Look at that sleeve.
Come here and be an RDC. Come see what it's like.
All right, let's go ahead and talk about this just a little bit. I like the fact that they actually had some yelling in the actual beginning, because it kind of really gets you into it. And it was also just to kind of see, like, it gives you a little background as to what like the RDCs actually go through. And I would assume that the DIs were practically the same, because the way they did it, at least in my platoon, they would have about 3 drill instructors, and then you had the 4th, which is the senior drill instructor. And the way they would do it is that they would usually rotate within their, again, I don't know what you would call it, their watch. But like, each one would be there for about a day, or sometimes there'll be 2 of them there. And typically the guy who's there for their day is going to be sleeping in the duty hut. And dude, you see a lot of these guys just falling asleep, standing up, and just because they're working so many hours and they're going off like very little sleep every single day. We had a couple times where the drill instructor did, and we wake up, but we woke up on time because the post woke everybody up, and we would just get ready. Those mornings would be kind of more chill, but we still try to get everything ready in a hurry. If the drill instructor didn't come out, we'd have the guide knock on that hatch, and then he would come out and we'd go to chow. I like that they included about the front post thing, where they're saluting and they're actually having to report their post, and if you fuck up, they're going to make you say the whole thing again, and then they're going to ask you random questions depending on who it is. And this also happens like in the middle of the night, depending if a drill instructor is just walking by, walking through. I didn't see a whole lot of them fucking up the actual squad bay, which was it's pretty weird, just because especially with the racks, they don't really move and they look a lot heavier. But the ones in the Marine Corps, you see that shit literally flipped over. I'll try to put a picture like right here so you can like see. But yeah, typically, dude, shit would be way more fucked up, and they throw your foot lockers. Sometimes they had a couple locks that were unlocked on the foot locker, and then they took those, put them together, like locked them all together, and they just threw it in the middle and said, hurry up, we got 30 seconds to find your lock. Otherwise, everyone else is going to unlock theirs, and they're going to chuck it across the room. Apparently, Marine Corps had a little more aggressiveness in that terms, that they would fuck up the whole squad bay, and you had a limited amount of time to actually get it fixed. Even with the swim qual, our fucking swim instructor was an asshole. He's just yelling at everybody. It's supposed to be a low stress environment to ensure everybody passes, especially those who can't swim. And here it just seemed like they were way more chill. They're very into helping them continually try to get through it, because if you failed it like really bad, you would get rolled back. And when the RDC guy is drilling this girl about having that little circle band thing, treats her like anyone else. There's nothing is really, I mean, in the Navy, as far as I know, nothing is separated by gender. Doesn't matter if you're male, female. They're gonna give you some PT or IT in this case. I like the fact that he kept it equal all the way across the board, despite whatever gender you are. Yeah, and this final drill inspection, damn. We thought we did so good in our platoon, and we even had other DIs telling our DIs, damn, I think 2154 took it. And we were so excited because we had gotten last on every other thing. Turns out we got third, and then our DIs got pissed at us for the rest of the time that we were there. We thought we did pretty good, but you know, whoever was the people who were inspecting, I don't know, we fucked up. And as far as at the end when they're taking pictures with the RDCs, I don't remember anyone taking pictures with DIs, maybe just a few, because technically, really, we just wanted to get the fuck out of there. We were done with boot camp, let's get out of here. I went right back to the squad bay with a couple buddies, grabbed our shit, got on the little Sea Breeze buses, or vans, and we went straight to the airport. I didn't want to talk to any of my DIs, any of that. I mean, technically, I didn't get fucked up too bad because I was very good at ghosting. But yeah, man, as soon as you finish, dude, you get this big sign of relief. You get to go home, get to see your family or wife, kids if you had them. So that's it for this video. Go ahead and leave a like if you liked it, dislike if you didn't like it. Go ahead and leave a comment. It really helps me improve the channel, see what people would want to see me react to. And I'm going to go ahead and leave a link down in the description below to the original video. Go ahead and give them a like from the US Navy itself. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.